What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another predictions video. We have some more Road to Rio matches today, and it starts with the CIS day 1. It can be a little bit tricky, but I think I'm ready to make you guys some good money. Let's dive right into the predictions. If you guys are new here, subscribe and also join the Discord below. And yeah, let's get right into this video. Gambit Youngsters versus Spirit. In this matchup, just to be pretty brief, Gambit Youngsters are a decent team, but they're still pretty young, no pun intended. They're not as experienced as Spirit, and quite frankly, they don't look as good as Spirit. Spirit have been taking teams like Virtus Pro and OG, which is fairly impressive, and forze. It's pretty good for this sort of scene, and that's just better than Gambit Youngsters. They're a better team, and I expect them to be able to win this matchup. Not 2-0. I think that Gambit Youngsters could take a map, maybe, but I do think my bet would be on Spirit to win this game. So now on to forze versus nemiga. The odds are really high on forze, and I don't really like this. Me personally, I've never really trusted forze too much. They don't really 2-0 teams. They always sort of lose a map, and that is sort of one thing I want to focus on. Even the last times they've played nemiga seems to always be close in taking a map, and nemiga is trending in the right direction. I remember they kind of hit a pretty bad slump, but they seem to be out of it and they seem to be winning. And honestly, with these Road to Rio matches, this is just ridiculous odds. I'm gonna actually be taking nemiga plus 1.5 maps, so that'll be a nice way to secure, I think, a good dub, that nemiga at least take one map. And if you guys also don't really know how I like to bet, I like to do a lot of these plus 1.5s because it's very common that you see teams like nemiga take one map, but they won't be able to take two. But they can always take one, like their whole map pick, and that is something I always try and look at when I'm looking at maps and analyzing them. So yeah, on to the next, Unique versus Winstrike. This one is actually pretty flat out. Unique haven't looked too solid as of late. They've been kind of in a slump, losing to no-name teams, and I don't expect them to beat winstrike, who's been looking really good. I like just winstrike to win this matchup, nothing fancy there. NiP versus Astralis, into one of the better sort of tier 1 matches that I'm actually looking forward to a lot. So Astralis look to be in some really good form, as they have dismantled Vitality, like they destroyed them. But at the same time, although they did beat Vitality, who's a newer team, probably always seems to lose to Astralis anyway. If we look at NiP, on the other hand, they've been trending upward in some good direction. They took out Astralis 2-0 last time they played each other, actually, which was a pretty good win. And yeah, my opinion on this bet is that the odds are too high on NiP, and I'm gonna actually go with another one of those 1.5 maps, except I'm picking NiP plus 1.5 maps. Now, another tip, if you guys are trying to make some good, if you guys think that these multipliers, they're too low or something, you guys can stack up these 1.5 bets. Like, if you stack up 2 plus 1.5 bets, you can get some really good odds and make some really good profit. On to the next matchup, Movistar versus G2. So, although G2 got blown out by Copenhagen on Inferno, and struggled on Dust 2, this map pool in this specific matchup suggests that the map G2 picks will either be Dust 2 or Vertigo, as we can see just by the success rate. So Movistar will probably ban Dust 2, and G2 will pick up Vertigo, and G2 is solid on Vertigo, and I'm convinced that they will win Vertigo. So to continue on with this matchup here, Movistar hasn't looked too great. I mean, they were able to beat Mousesports, and they were able to beat FaZe on one map, but they ended up getting crushed on the next two. So they've looked pretty decent. In my opinion, I think that G2 is going to win this game still. Their map pool is actually just perfect for Movistar riders. They basically get a free map win to start, and then they could take the rest basically to any map. So in my opinion, this map pool is perfect for G2, and I'm taking them to win. Copenhagen versus North. Now this is a pretty interesting matchup. Copenhagen has looked quite good as of late, and same with North. North has been able to take 2 maps off Mousesports in a best of 3, and also Godsent was a close matchup, but Godsent, like, they're not like too great of a team. I'm more impressed by the fact that Copenhagen took a map off G2 and almost actually beat them. I think that's a little bit more impressive. But anyways, in this matchup, I'm going to say that this will go over 2.5 maps. Copenhagen will definitely be able to take a map like Inferno, and North should be able to either take a Mirage or Vertigo, whichever one gets through. On to the next one, Gen.G versus Cloud9. In this one, Cloud9 is an underdog right now, and to be quite frankly, Cloud9 is the better team. As of late, they've played better. I don't care what people say. Gen.G is a really kind of inconsistent team online, and Cloud9 must be feeling like extremely confident after beating Evil Geniuses. Cloud9 coming off that confidence, I think they're going to be able to beat Gen.G, and from what I've watched and the map pools, it looks like this favors Cloud9. So now on to Triumph versus Evil Geniuses. In my humble opinion, this isn't really even worth betting on. If you want to, you could put like a plus 1.5 on Triumph, but really Evil Geniuses, I don't know. I can't see them losing this one. And that is it.